Hmm. Welcome back to another edition of What We're Here, the show that is for about LGBTQIA artists, their allies, and so forth. And today, I have the honor and the privilege of interviewing one of the most outshining, up and coming artists to grace the stage. He is hailing out of the Windy City. He has several, not Instagram, I'm sorry, but social media accounts. And a lot of you follow him on there. I mean, if you know, you know. And if you don't, then you're about to. Okay. But I am talking about none other than Mr. Mikey Everything himself. He has a album dropping in just a few. I'm gonna say a few days. I don't even want to say a week because I'm not even gonna count the weekend. I'm just like, let's get it. Business day. Let's go. Just a few days. This man
Let's
has
go.
an album dropping, and it is going to rock your socks off. It is going to make you feel. It is going to make you dance, and all of the above. He has videos on YouTube right now. He has a huge following right now, and you're going to be impressed with this young man. So, without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to my special guest, Mr. Mikey Everything. Welcome, 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 sir.
Welcome, welcome. I'm trying to hold my snarl, bro, because geez, that that introduction, my goodness. I'm light skinned already. You got me turning red. I got red. Come on now. You can't be doing me like that. But
Hey,
no, thank you, thank you.
I call it
Thank you
like I
very,
see
very
it,
much.
man. Call it like I see it.
No, seriously. No, I wholeheartedly appreciate that. Like I really do. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here. You got the lights going on in the background. I feel like I need to like do like some sort of dance move or something. Like it's cracking. I'm here.
Bro, it's always cracking this way, bro. Always cracking this way, bro.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
It's, but to be honest with you, it was just uh, like we said, like I told you earlier, man. I was just so enthused that I was like, yo, getting ready to interview Mike. Everything. This man is doing his
Oh,
thing.
thank
You
you.
know,
Thank you.
the thing is, some people here that are watching now, they may not even know why I'm so enthused about you being here. So, so you know, so you can know, because if you don't know, you're gonna know. Give us a little bit about yourself. Like, who is Mikey Everything? Who is he?
Ooh. All right. So that question, who is Mikey Everything? Mikey Everything is a dancer that turned artist. Um I started out as a dancer, like that's kind of like what my thing was, what I love, passion came from. Um I've been making music my whole life unofficially. I've always been writing raps and writing songs and writing this and writing the other. But I had this crazy notion that I was going to, make Mikey Everything. Mikey Everything started out as my Instagram name. And then all of a sudden I had this notion that I was like, oh, I'm gonna make a song, you know. I lost my father, and I kind of like my world just changed, you know. And I had this book, right? I'm gonna use a prop. This ain't the book, but the book was called "Where Do You Want to Be in 5 Years," and it had all of these interactive like things that you filled out in the book, and it kind of like helps you organize your goals. And one of my goals was I wanted to create music and perform it for an audience of my peers. And I don't know. I just went out on a tangent to try to do that, and that's how my song "Freak Somebody" was made. Um, and that's just how it started. Like I mean, I really don't like. Everybody wants to like like some sort of formula or something like that, but like that's really what it was. It was that natural. It was that like innate, and I did it. Um, I met Hassan Hannes, who is my choreographer, and I met Mike Davis, who was my first dancer. Those were my two first dancers. Almost 3 years ago. No, 3 years ago we met, and started working on choreography for Free Somebody for that one song. It was just supposed to be for live shows, and then we had this crazy notion to do a video, and then we did a video, and the video was crazy, and then it was like a snowball. It just rolled and caught momentum, and here I am today.
And here you are.
Right?
Well, something I wanted to touch on what you just said was you said it was like not really a formula. You
Yeah,
actually create your own formula. You are
yeah,
your own blueprint. You know what I mean?
yeah. The
And
formula is is hard work. The formula is doing what you say you're gonna do. If you say you're gonna do it
do it.
at any cost.
Do it.
And it has
Do it.
do
Do
it.
it.
It has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with anything but drive, dedication, and passion. Because if you have those things, the resources will reveal themselves. That's
Can
it.
you say that one more time for the last part? Can you say that one more time for the ones in the back
If
that
you
didn't hear that?
have if you have the drive and dedication, it's not about money. That will get you there. It will get you every single thing you need. Because you better believe I ain't rich, and I believe, not to sound arrogant, but I wholeheartedly believe that I have created pieces of art that are out of the wheelhouse that I where my finances live. If we're gonna be honest, you know what I'm saying? Like I've created things that are well above what I thought that I could even do,
Mm-hmm. That's
and
not
that's
arrogant. That's
because
confident.
I I just gotta make sure, just so you know, people get rubbed the wrong way, and we'll bring up something that you said 17 years ago and be like, on April 2nd, 2004, you had said that, and you'd be like, well, damn,
I'll be
I
like, yep, sure did. I sure did say it. I definitely did say it. And here's why I said it. Since
there
you
you
want
go.
the context, let me give you the context and put it into the context. Now, here's why I said it.
There
Okay?
you go.
All right. Have a good day.
Get an
And keep it
understanding.
moving. Like, if you
There
have
you go.
that much, here's the thing. If you have to dig up dirt from my past for a story, your journalism skills are crappy.
You wouldn't even believe the shit that
You
people dig up, Sharon. Like
have
that people dig up,
no.
and I ain't even on yet. I ain't even on yet, and the stuff and the stunts that people will go to, the extent that they will try to go to throw dirt on your name is just it's ridiculous. I got a song on my album called "Say It to My Face," and it addresses all of that, all of that. It addresses all of the hate, all of the accusations, all of the screenshots and the videos that you might have seen. It addresses all of that.
Just the bullshit in general. It's going to address it.
Just the bullshit in general. Just the
It's
bullshit
going
in
to be
general. And I just
addressed
have
and
to,
move on.
oh yeah, and that's it. And that is it. I'm only mentioning it now because I don't mention it. So there you have it.
I mention it because I don't mention it.
I
And
mention it because I don't mention it. Just
for
just so
real.
you know. Just so you know that I know. Just so you won't ever say that, it can never be said that I'm naive to the fact. No, I know everything that gets said. I know everything that gets done. But
Hmm.
the thing about it is I don't care. I'm on my path of where I'm going.
Yeah, I'm in my lane. I'm staying in my lane. And the only time I come over into your lane when I use the turn signal is because I either need to get over politely to the next exit while you continue
Uh-huh.
on, or I need to just scoot over and politely pass you. But I'll never
Oh,
just get in your lane to be in your lane.
it's the politely pass you for me.
Because this is my thing. I say that because so many people in this industry that we're in, they are cutthroat. You and I both know that. And it's like they instead of trying to politely pass you, they're pretty much running you off the road to get into your lane. And it's like there's no need for that. It's much highway for all of us to drive on.
Well, I'm an 18 wheeler, so you ain't finna run me off the road. I'm gripping the road so tight that baby, the wind can't even blow me. Ain't nothing unwavering. Ain't nothing getting me off my track.
Period. That's
Period.
on period in pool. So yeah, I get it. Like I actually, you know, I have a project dropping April 5th.
Yes, sir.
And I have a song myself on there, and it's called In Session.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say that that song is gonna cause a little ruckus
Uh huh. Mhm.
because see,
Mhm.
what ends up happening is people forget that just because you might do something that might be on a mainstream level or on a level that's kind of popish or whatever, they and you may have had roots from the street or whatever, and they tend to forget that.
Oh
And then
yeah.
when they
Yeah.
forget that, they try to come for you. And then when
Oh
they do, it's like you have to remind them where you're from. So
yeah.
it touches on some of the same stuff you're talking about, like just the bullshit in general. And I just had to cut it. So I get it. I get it, bro. I get it. Get
Yeah.
that.
And I'm not. I ain't no. I'm not no. I'm not no street dude. Never have been. Didn't grow up in the streets. I grew up in the suburbs.
See?
But what what it really is that I'm tough. I'm built tough. You know, regardless of where I resided, I've always had to defend myself for one being light skinned, two being a larger dude, three being a gay dude, four being a black dude. You know what I mean? Because and I've had to defend myself for all of those reasons. So coming from the streets, like and it's funny that you said that because I talk about all of this stuff on my album. I talk about all of it because people will try to discredit your your manhood, your authenticity
Your
because
call.
of your card or whatever, because of where you grew up or whatever the case
Right.
may be, because you're not from the streets or whatever the case may be. But
Right. And it's like
hey,
I get you. That's what I'm saying. Like these folks, I did street like music. You feel me?
oh
And it was
yeah,
like
absolutely,
because I was that type of. I always like to get. I came up in the '80s where it was really battle rap. Like I would listen to these artists day
yeah.
after day, and they truly battle rap. That's what most of that album was. It was battle rapping. So that's where I
Mhm.
came up. And my parents started out in the hood. Then I moved to like not even the suburbs, but it was kind of like the urban burbs. I'm gonna call it.
Yeah,
Know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It was a decent neighborhood. It was culturally mixed and everything. The boys' club was around the corner. The middle school was right there. The rec center right there in front of the house. So it was like that. But we still, you know what I'm saying? We still got gully and did our thing and had fun
Shit,
with it
so do
too.
we.
And they used to do the same thing to me. They would discredit me because you're like, oh, you wasn't always down here in the zone. You wasn't always down here in the zone. You
and,
can't out rap it. Okay.
and what that means? It don't
Nothing because
mean nothing.
I ate their ass up on that mic. Let's get it.
Baby, I got one of the coldest MCs from my high school. Not even one of the coldest MC from my high school, straight dude, on my album. You know what I'm
Period.
saying? And honestly, I honestly been trying to work for it with him for a long time, and I would send him stuff and nothing would ever stick. But I sent him this last track, and he was like, "That's it, right there." He's like, "I'm gonna bless you," and he's on the track, and it's fire. And I'm talking on some. It's like a real hip hop track. It's called Manifesto. Um,
Ooh,
it's a real hip hop track. Like if you wanna vibe, like you want some, like, man, it's like someone told me it sounds like a J. Cole type joint.
yeah,
So
I'm ready to hear it.
oh, I'm proud of it.
I'm ready to hear it.
I'm proud of that one. If I
I'm
ain't
ready
proud
to
of shit
hear
else,
it.
I'm proud of that one.
I ain't
Mm-hmm.
got no more drink in my cup, but I'm gonna cheers to that because I'm ready to hear it. But
Go.
no,
You need a refill? Go refill.
uh, let's talk about the album though. Like
Yes,
I'm
sir.
pretty much good because I'm already feeling. I'm not a big drinker because that way I make sure when I
You
do
just need
drink,
a little something.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
you know, I've been, been handling business all weekend, so now we're back and it's like, all right, mellow
Mellow
yellow.
out, mellow out, mellow out.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but let's talk about your album. Like like let's dissect it a little bit. Like your tracks. You know what I mean? Like I know some people when they record their music, they have a certain song that has this feel. and it bleeds into the next song that has that kind of that same feel, so on and so forth. But then it starts to switch a little bit further down. So like, how's the arrangement of your album? Is it like, is it telling a story? Is it just a feel good vibe? Is it a kickback, sit back and listen? Like, what is it?
You are so spot on because the one of the biggest things that I focus on with this album is the sequence of the songs because that right there not only does it tell a story, but it is um sonically it is
Mm-hmm.
how you bring people in. So the album kind of starts out on like a it's a song called City on My it's an intro called City on My Back.
Mm-hmm.
Um real hard rap, like hard rapping, like talking shit a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Then it goes into say it to my face, which is still kind of talking shit. I had a lot of shit to talk, so I talk shit.
Okay.
And then
Ah.
I talk shit, I did. And then it goes into Speed It Up, which is one of my singles, dance song. And then it goes into Move Your Feet, another dance song. And then it goes into Don't Be Afraid, which is R&B. So it's like it goes through like shit talking, dancing, loving, emotions, then it goes to then it goes back to dancing, and then it goes into like the real hip hop feel, and then it goes into like this emo, Janae Aiko emotional type of thing towards the end. So yeah, it is a total. It, I played it. What really let me know not to discredit like the queer experience in any way, shape, or form. But I played my project for a heterosexual straight homeboy who raps and makes trap music.
Okay.
And if we're gonna talk about trap music, he's decent. It's good. For what it is. I don't necessarily get into it. I
Right.
played it for him, and he told me first of all, he raised up his shirt and was like, "Bro," he was like, "I got goosebumps." He was like, "You have finally found the way to present your music where I don't even care if you're gay. The music is so good that I don't even think about that. It's like he said, he was like, it's an afterthought, you know? And for him to say that, like, it meant a lot to me, not because I'm trying to hide or not because I'm trying to hide, more because I'm seen. And a lot of times, you know, people's ears get turned off because of the hardness of some of my lyrics previously.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when I first came in the game, my music was explicit, and I want people to know that I was a man that had sex with men, and if you didn't like it, honey, then you better get up out of here. And I wanted people to know that in the beginning, and now they know. And now that they know, I feel like I, I kind of like eased off of it a little bit, and not to make the music more palatable, but just to make the music more palatable. It wasn't like I'm not trying to hide. I just want everybody to listen.
Right.
And I don't want to turn anybody off because I want you to come in and I want you to fall in and I want you to get into this groove and I want you to feel it. You know. Um, so I'm not. It wasn't a compromise, and if it was a compromise, it was a compromise that I initiated it. I initiated. No one silenced me. No one made me make this change. I made this change consciously because I want to make good music. Um, and I'm really confident about this album because it is good music. And I growing up, I took singing lessons, Jerron, and I used to be a singer and I used to like do all of these things with my voice and stuff like that. And I
Mm-hmm.
lost sight of that um, somehow when I was in my adolescence. My voice changed. Um, it wasn't necessarily cool to be like a singer, like it was kind of, people,
Yeah.
all of that stupid stuff that you go through as a black man. And
Mm-hmm.
I revisited that stuff on this album. So it is extremely close to my heart. Like and I'm proud of it. If I ain't proud of nothing else I done, I'm proud of this. So Yeah.
And shit, you should be, because hell, I'm
Thank you.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you because you are a young black man that is out here doing it. I'm not even going to add the label of, because it's a label. I'm not even going to add the label or the specification of you being gay. You are a young black man out here doing it, and you're
Hmm.
not doing it and supporting it through illegal means. You're doing
Um.
it. You know what I mean? And it's
Mm.
it's getting it out the mud, doing it from trenches. So yeah, that makes me proud. But that's the reason why I said that too, is because you said, um, all the shit that we go through as young black men. And I know
We
that
do.
that's something that you focus on in your music too. You actually let people understand and know what it is to be a young black gay man in America and what we go through. So like
Man.
let's touch on that for a second because I think that's these are conversations that people need to be having. And it's not, yeah, we're talking about your music, your entertainment, you rising to the tip top. But at the same time, those people who actually are doing that, it's good to start having these conversations because people are listening,
Yeah, absolutely.
you know?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, I feel like a lot of times, as black gay men, we get like, first of all, we're pimped out like whores. You know, they use our skills as far as doing makeup. They use our skills as stylists. They use our skills in the church, our talents in the church, and we're whored out. That's what it is. We're whored out, and we're not given the respect and the honor that we're deserved. And I'm tired of it. And I'm tired of black gay male artists doing this puppet thing that they do where they play straight on and let me just be clear that you not
Speak on it.
mentioning
Speak
your
on it.
sexuality is playing straight.
Speak on
Yes,
it.
it is. And you could say it, you can phrase it any type of way you want to phrase it. But that's what it is. You're playing straight. And I refuse to do that. I'm
Period.
not doing that.
Period.
You got me messed up if you think I'm gonna do that. You got me messed up if you think I'm not going if you think I'm gonna say she on the record just to make you comfortable. I ain't doing it.
See, and the thing is, I can, I can attest to that too because at one point when I was doing my music, I was always ambiguous about my lyrics, and a lot more people know me and who I am. So that ambiguity kind of went out the window with those people, but I still keep it I can still keep that ambiguity in my music, not as a way to hide who I am, because clearly everybody knows.
Right.
But I do it for the ones that speculate and
Mhm. Mhm.
choose not to. Like I've always felt like this. If you've been respectful enough to come to me and say, "Hey, I don't want to cry, but are you?" Then I'll give you the answer. No, I'm not gay. No, I'm not bi. I'm a panattractional male. I'm a demisexual male, and that's where it is. If
People don't
they
even
ask,
know what the fuck that shit means. So people are
right?
stupid. They don't
So
even
if
know what
someone
that
they like,
means.
"Oh, well,
Like
what does that
people are
mean?"
dumb.
Yeah, and when they ask,
And
when I
then you
mean,
got to educate them.
huh?
I said, and then it's your opportunity to educate them.
Yeah, and that's what I do. And so then
Yeah.
I do that. But then you have the ones who choose to just speculate and, oh, I think such and such and such. Oh, I'm shit. I ain't asking, girl. You go ask. No, I ain't. So I let those speculate.
Yeah.
You think what you want to. But he was, oh, you hear that music? But he said, oh, he was talking about. But listen, but did you hear that? He said, so he can't be girl, boy. Just listen, pay attention. So
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah.
But to have to suppress who you are and play straight for an industry that is made up of mostly LGBTQIA people that are behind the veil, Yeah, I said it. I said
Yeah,
what I said.
yeah,
Your opinion is like
behind the veil.
I
Yeah,
said what I
I just
said.
yeah, I just I have battled and felt bad and thought like, is there a place for me in this industry? Because I'm not quite Tadra Hall and I'm not quite RuPaul, but I also ain't quite like, the thug DL rapper either. You know what I'm saying? I've really thought about that, and I've if I'm gonna be honest, I did a show a couple weeks ago, and this lady, an older black woman, maybe in her 40s, who saw us perform, and was so smitten by the performance. She was just so smitten, was jumping up and down and clapping. And afterwards, she said, first of all, these people lined up and wanted to shake my hand and hug me and stuff. I was like, I thought that was the weirdest thing in the world. Like I just couldn't believe that they like wanted, like they got in a line to shake my hand and hug me, and I was like, okay. And my creative director was like, why are you so like why is, and I was just like, I just think this is weird. Like I just thought it was weird. Anyway, but she told me, she said, I don't know if you ever doubted this or knew this. She said, but there's a place for you in the music industry. She said there's a place for you. She said I can see it. And this was like a black lady that I wouldn't even think would be into what I do.
Yeah.
You know, and at a glance, I would think that she was judging me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and those are my insecurities. You know,
I get
that
it.
that that
Get it.
that play out. That has nothing to do with her. That's all my shit. And when she said that to me, like she like penetrated my armor, and it just was like it like sunk into me. And she looked at me like, and she wanted it to. She said it so it would penetrate me. And she's like, I watched her watch it like sink in, and I've been thinking about that ever since. And I just I believe that in
Yeah.
my heart of hearts, in my soul of souls. I do believe that.
Well, I
So,
feel like for her to say something like that,
hmm
that shows the multifaceted factor that you have. For someone that you would look at that you would look at and think that they're looking at you and judging you, when all the while they're like, I see a place for this young man. That means you're not a one trick pony.
oh, that was my whole. I, you don't even know what you just said. That is like my whole thing for this whole album that I planned out. That was what I wanted to prove, that I am not a one trick pony.
Period.
I can
And
do I
just
can do more
that
than one thing.
testimony right there just proved you are not a one trick pony.
No, not at all.
You know,
Mm-mm-mm.
and I totally understand where you're coming from on that, and I get that because things like that have happened to me before. Like I had people reach out to me from like New Zealand and Australia, Europe. Uh,
Yeah.
let's see, and it was like because this was when like might be dating myself a little bit, but I don't care. Um,
I was going to inquire. You had said something about like something. I was like, oh, he's a man. He's a man of a mature age.
yeah, yeah.
I ain't mad.
I I will
Um,
I will it, I will reveal my age in just a moment. So now, Mikey, like I was saying earlier, I wanted to get into like we talked about your actual album and the songs on the album, but I want to know what are some of your like what are some of the favorite tracks you have on the album and why are they your favorite tracks?
oh, that's a good question. So when you say favorite tracks, the first track that comes to my mind is a song called "The Fall." The Fall is like a hardcore '90s vibey track that is featuring Jace Songbird Dior, who is a vocalist here in Chicago. They are amazing. If you don't know who Jace is, go to my page and follow Jace. Um, but it's my favorite because I had a vision for this song, and the vision for this song started with the song "Take Me as I Am" by Mary J. Blige,
Mm-hmm.
and it's because the beat that I had made me think of that song. So a lot of times when I write music, like I love nostalgia, so I'll grab something that's nostalgic to me, and I'll bring it down and I'll put it in the pot. Um, but "Take Me as I Am" is a song that I'm actually like singing on, and I took vocal lessons to try to like perfect the voice that I wanted to put on the song. I
Okay.
recorded it. I recorded it several times. Um, it was a challenge. Let me just say that it was a challenge. It was something that in the beginning I thought was out of my wheelhouse. And after the coaching and after recording it and after Q Shante, who is the engineer that I work with his amazing self, after he touched it, it just became like my favorite song. And when I let people hear it, people are like, "This is a banger!" Like um, it's like it's almost like a LL Cool J song. Like it reminds me of "Hey Lover" by LL Cool J, and then
Okay.
it reminds me of what else does it remind me of? It reminds me of some classic '90s R&B hip hop stuff. You know,
Okay.
um, so that's a favorite. Another favorite is the song that I have with Since 9-6, Sincerely Yours. He is a rapper. He's an MC, singer, dope artist that I went to high school with. I know him as Scotty. That's another one of my favorite songs because it's like a real hip hop joint. It's real street. I'm actually thinking about doing a video for it, like on some old grimy, stripped down, no makeup, no, none of the bells and whistles that I would normally do, like, kind of like on some grimy stuff. I want to do a video for that. That's another favorite. And then there's a song called No Never. You know what's really going to surprise people about this project is that
What's that?
there are more like slow songs than I think people are probably going to be ready for. I mean, of course, I have my upbeat joints. You know what I'm saying? I have a couple of them. There's Move Your Feet. There's Toss It Up. Um, there's Speed It Up, of course. Um, but this album, I was in my feelings. I was like, I went through a messy, nasty, disgusting breakup, and I just really got to it. So there's a lot of feelings on there. There's a little bit of sexiness on there. I got Hassan Hannes, who is my choreographer and also an amazing recording artist as well. So I got him on
Mhm.
there. So um, it's a little bit of everything for everybody, but I feel like there are more like slow R&B, uh, heartfelt, emotional tracks than people may be ready for, and I'm embracing that part of me right now. Shout out to my therapist, Catherine, and that's just where
Hey,
I've been, and that's what I'm on.
well, okay. Well, I'm glad you said something about therapy because that obviously tells me that you went through a healing period. So, I mean, let's talk about it
Yeah,
because as black men, there's a healing that needs to be done. Us
yeah,
as black people, there's healing that needs to be done, and then just us as human beings as a whole, there's a lot of healing that needs to be done. So, I mean, you said you were in your feelings in this album. So, was
yeah.
that part of your healing process?
Oh God, it was completely part of my healing process. You know, as black men, a lot of times we are not given the liberty to be vulnerable. We're not given the liberty to express our emotions, to be emotional, to cry. Um, the only comfortable emotion, the only emotion that we can comfortably express without recourse is anger. That is one of the only things that we can express, and that you nobody will flinch bat an eye.
That's
Um,
real.
and I want to change that. I had to change that for myself because that's damaging. You know, I was raised to be tough. I was raised to be not only physically tough but emotionally tough, And when you're raised that way, you oftentimes swallow your emotions. You sweep them under the rug. You act like they don't exist. You don't give them the fair time that they deserve. And that's what I am now burying. And this album is an attestament to that. That this album is all of my feelings, all of my emotions, all of my thoughts, all wrapped into one. And I'm not hiding anything. I'm not sugarcoating anything. I'm letting it all hang out. And there might be some people that hear it and they might be upset. Um, and I don't care. So
And that's on
I
period.
don't care. I
I
don't care.
believe you said. I said what I
I
said.
said what I said. I said it because it happened. And if you can't get over it, oh well,
Mm,
you know.
mm.
So,
You heard it here
and
first, ladies and gentlemen.
and another thing is that these songs are not specifically about one person. These songs are like a culmination of all of my romantic, sexual, emotional experiences that I've had in relationships and interactions with other people. And um, so don't be so vain to think that it's all about any one person. It's about a lot of different stuff. So
And that's on everything. Mikey, everything.
that's it.
Okay. Before we get out of here, I do want to know what's next for Mikey Everything. Because, like I said, we started off saying, you got an album about to drop. So, what's
Yeah.
going on? You got some more videos coming. You got some parties. What's going on?
Oh yeah. So on March 27th, I am having my album release party here in Chicago. Rico with a K from the cast of Chasing Atlanta. This last past season, he
Yeah.
will be there. Yeah. And Damo Moon, who is an amazing artist here in Chicago, she will be
Mm-hmm.
performing as well.
Mm-hmm.
Hassan Hannes, and another amazing artist will be performing. Boyfriend will be performing. Um, Erie Daniels will be performing. So it's just gonna be a really great time. So I have that coming up, and I'm going to be shooting a video for Speed It Up soon.
Okay.
Stay tuned for that. More music videos, more performances, um, more music. This is just the beginning. Like I'm just I'm just scratching the surface. Just scratching the surface. So
Just
stay
scratching.
tuned.
Well, that's what's
Y'all
up.
stay tuned.
That's what's up. I mean, you know, I'm already in. I'm all in.
I
So
appreciate you. Thank you for
it is
being
what
all
it
in.
is. I mean,
I
I
appreciate
like
this
like I said, I like the
time.
sound. I like that it's not the normal thing that you hear every day. And that's what we
Oh,
need. You know what I'm saying?
thank
We need
you.
things music that's expressive, but it's still relatable and
You can still dance. Still got a groove.
you
Like
know what I'm saying?
I don't
So
know. Like I just I not to downplay anything that anyone's doing right now, but it's just like songs don't even have verses anymore. Songs is just like it's just like a song could be 1 minute and 15 seconds, and that's okay. Like that's acceptable. Like I'm making music that got a first verse, a second verse, a bridge, and a refrain. So if you're looking for that kind of music, bring it on. I'm also making house music that's song. I
period.
got songs that's five minutes long, and
Yeah,
that's
we're
that's
we're in the
unheard of.
house capitals. We're in the house capitals of America, Detroit and Chicago. I mean, hello.
Yes, period.
You either look, you
So
either juking or you jitting.
you did you could you didn't. That's it. You said it.
You
Period.
juking or you jitting. So, and for those of you that don't know what that is, Google is your friend.
Google is your friend, please.
Yes, God. So, again, thank you so much for coming in and doing this interview with us.
For sure.
I had a great time.
I
I'm
did
so
too.
glad and so thankful that you came. Um, we definitely gonna chop it up some more. There were some things that we did talk about at the break that we want to kind of get into. So
Yeah.
thank you. And before I get out of here, I am going to keep my word and my age, ladies and gentlemen, because I have had people asking me who don't know me. that are watching the show, most of you that know me personally and watch the show, you already know what it is. But for those that don't know me, this year, October the 1st, I will be 42 years old.
Okay.
I'll be 42. I'm not super up there, but I'm up there and I'm, you know, you know what I
You
mean?
know, it ain't even that's you young. If we gonna really
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about it, that ain't even
Yeah.
old. That ain't even
Nowhere
old.
near it. Nowhere near it. But I just feel like with Nice, like I told you before, I just wanted to see the younger generation coming up. And if there's any kind of way that I can actually put my hand
Help
down
them.
in the trench and pull them, or if I need them to help them up that ladder, hey, here for it. So, but yo, thank you all very much. Thank you, Mikey Everything. I'm Jerron, aka J Lee. You know what it is. You know how it is. You know how it goes down. And this has been another smooth ass edition of what? And we'll see you guys next episode. And we out. I will be doing casting in April and May for a new show that we are working on to be produced and aired on YouTube. It is a reality web series, and it focuses on BBWs and BHMs and the actual real about them. When we see rappers and singers and whatnot, and they're talking about BBW, they're just talking about thick things. They're not talking about real BBW. So this is actually going to be something that we focus on: BBW, BHM, how we live, how we love, how we cry together, laugh together, how we fight and argue sometimes and come back together again. It's just going to focus on real life so people can stop saying that, big people don't just sit around and eat and be lazy and do nothing all damn day. You know what I'm saying? This is going to actually shed light on the community and actually bring a positive spin on everything when it comes to body positivity. Um, we will be casting for the show starting April and May. We'll start filming sometime this summer. If you are interested, if you are a BBW group owner that's interested, if you are a BBW group member that is interested, or if you are a BBW or BHM that may be interested in this particular opportunity, do not hesitate to inbox me immediately to let me know. And if you don't inbox me, or you inbox me and let me know, or you can actually email me at reviewitall2020 at gmail.com. It's spelled the way it sounds, phonetic. Review it all with an S 2020 at gmail.com. And we can go ahead and get you started and set up. Now, here's the thing. With this show, it's not like Love and Hip Hop and the Real Housewives and all of this glitz and glamour and stuff. We're gonna showcase people in their normal everyday lives. You know what I mean? There may be times where you can't really film at this particular time, at that particular time. We're going to work with you because we want to actually provide a quality show, and we want to actually provide quality entertainment, but we want to tell your story, and we want to tell your story truthfully, honestly, and give it to the world. So that's what we're going to be doing. That casting, just keep in mind, not keep in mind, but stay tuned and keep your eyes peeled because that casting will be coming up very soon. I'll be posting it here. I'll be posting it on Instagram and Twitter as well. We will be filming in the Ohio area as well as some of the Metro Detroit area as well. If you are in those areas and are interested in being a part of this show, then please go ahead and email me, inbox me, hit your man